The balance is clocking how I feel and then translating that into language that is appropriate for the person I'm dealing with.
And you do a pretty bad job.
I was just going to say.
The worst.
He's working on it, and I know that because I've been monitoring that work for the past 2 years now. It's something I've always talked to him about, how to deliver stuff like that. But he still, unfortunately, is influenced by his anger and it could be rightful anger. He could be upset for a reason.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Sure.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of the fighter in me, like the combat sports, the wrestler, the MMA fighter, the jiu-jitsu, like football. Like I do, and I've said this before. I am a little bit of a masochist when it comes to conflict.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who likes this. It's called self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a form of
yeah.
like testing people and pushing them just to see how far you can like take your relationships and cause problems out of nothing. And I'm not doing that, but I definitely won't shy away from it, especially recently. Like I've said this before, I'm running out of fucks to give. Like I really am. And so when I sense delusion or a false belief or something I don't agree with, I'm going to express myself. Mm-hmm. And I wish I didn't like conflict as much as I do. I'm a storyteller, and it makes my life a little bit more fascinating than the average day.
When you guys go at it, it does not help that Mike grew up on the East Coast. The whole the person that yells the loudest is the person that's going to win the argument. It doesn't work.
Typically, we're not like that.
Well, also,
typically, but that's
well,
an East
that
Coast
one
thing.
night, the one night you saw it, you're absolutely right. And
I never yell.
As you yell.
I anger.
I never yell in anger.
Okay,
but he got me there that night.
I anger less. I would say less than you. I'm usually pretty level-headed, and I think me being on cleanup duty, which maybe not a lot of people watching this know, but as people in the room know, me being on cleanup duty
you're the janitor.
The janitor for internal
Working the night shift.
Always for internal struggles. I mean, I can't tell you how many internal beefs that may have been caused by Logan's desire to one up. I've had to go in with the fucking mop. And his argument might be a 5-minute argument, but it could be 5 hours for me. I've done it call after call after call. Listen, we're gonna fix this.
Because you're
you
strategic,
stay there,
bro.
you relax, Logan, you relax.
You're a de-escalator. I'm an escalator.
That is the perfect way to
Aren't
put
they
it.
both called escalators though?
Fuck.
They both go up or down. That's for sure.
But the escalator takes you up, but somehow the one that takes you down is still called the escalator.
This sucks.
You got to do something about that. Is it the government who? Is it Webster?
It's them.
MK
or they.
Ultra.
It's them or they.
Someone's got
remember?
to fix this, bro. That's the escalator, and the one next to it going the opposite way down is the de-escalator.
Escalator.
The ability to de-escalate conflict is probably one of my favorite things. And by the way, keep in mind, I ran a strictly escalator business my entire life up until probably 6-7 years ago when I found the power, the fucking strategic power of de-escalating an argument. Because by the way, as you've said, you know better than anyone, I'm a fucking chess player.
Yeah.
I'm not de-escalating to take an L. I'm de-escalating to move, switch, go here, move here, and then
Shoot
come
some
back.
ladders.
All of it.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's life, and it's marketing, and it's business, right? But
Like fuck.
mastering
It's
de-escalating a conflict and the ability to get that person back on your good side so that you can maneuver and work things out the way you want in a less rushed way. Because also
haste.
escalation doesn't have you operating properly either.
No, not at all.
Neither person is operating under their best possible outcome.
No, bro. I'm just a gladiator. Like if I can put on my shield and my sword, that excites me.
It's exciting.
And
Don't get me wrong.
it shouldn't sometimes. And it shouldn't, bro. Like I really think it also stems from being semi-numb to most things. Like because I've experienced so much shit. I've felt emotions that like I hope most humans don't ever have to.
Yeah.
I felt most emotions that I hope most humans do get to, like on both ends of the spectrum.
Totally.
And so I'm numb and I'm bored by most things. So maybe that's part of the reason. Like when I get in conflict, I'm like, wow, it's just something like at least I'm stimulated here.
You keep pushing until you feel something more. Kind of like
is that masochism?
Not necessarily if it's pain.
It's not with pain. I can endure pain, but I'm not like. I don't
You're not seeking
enjoy
pain,
physical
but you're
pain
definitely
sensation.
like you said, you've experienced these things, so you've already seen it. How can you find something new? And yelling at your best friend for a long period of time. It's very new. It's exciting.
You
it's
gotta
not the
get
best
it.
thing.
You
but
got to get them there. That's the thing. And
It's
that's the
hard.
thing. That's the thing I respect about you, and I think that needs to be said is that you don't exist there, and you give people multiple chances. I think the way I handled myself and the way some of those other battles have gone have been a chipping away at it. Unfortunately, one of the main factors of a quality leader is the ability to just remain cool under pressure at all times and be able to continue to de-escalate and modify and you'll get there, bro. You're 25 fucking.
But I'm also, I told you this, I'm not a leader. I'm just a beacon of positivity.
You're a running back, Logan. We know that.
I'm the running back, bro.
Yeah.
You give me the ball, I'll go somewhere. Could be forward, probably it's gonna be backward.
Wow.
I'll probably lose yards.
That's not true. You know that's not true. One thing I do have to say is I like the high energy of the house. Like it sometimes when it's that high energy, things have to bubble over and you gotta simmer back down just a bit. But it's that high intensity, that high energy that keeps everything going at such an incredible level and keeps us going.
You know what that's called? Momentum. I've talked about this before. Momentum is the strongest force in the universe, known to mankind. Momentum. Force equals mv. Is that it? P equals mv.
There you go.
Momentum equals mv. Mass times velocity. Roll with it. If you feel your life going in a certain direction and picking up speed, roll with it. Spencer said when he came on here, one of the first things he said when we had him on the last podcast was, you're different when you're vlogging. And it's because I'm happier. I'm more fulfilled. Everything around my life is moving. The machine is on, as we call it. And it's because now that the frequency, the vibrations in this house, not to sound like that guy, but are so high and everyone's operating at a level that's so well.